Yo, no people here. Lord Jimmy. Hold on, stream. Meeting I'm going to. Oh, by the way, we're going to do a team building bowling night. It'd be great. Thank you very much. Have a good day. You as well. How unusual. The guy just came in. He was sitting outside. I saw him sit outside. Just knocked on the door because I normally have the door locked because we don't open for another hour. I need to buy a bowling shirt. All right. Because she felt the need for a bowling shirt for a work team building exercise. Oh, you got a couple of cards. Let's go. My hair is looking on fleek. Oh, thank you. Just got a haircut yesterday. Second in team and fourth in singles. Very nice. This is the first Monday lunch where I brought a knife. So it's not curry. Jen, you need boxing gloves? I'm going bare knuckle. When I'm bowling two-handed, how do my layouts change? My layouts change quite a bit. My PAP two-handed, I think, is like 5 3/8 over and a half down or something like that. So they change. Who watched the show yesterday? I didn't watch the title match. I forgot what I had to go do, but I watched the first 3 matches. Oh, I went to go golf. That's what I had to do. You know, Bug Kroll winning his first PBA title is not something I had on the bingo card for 2024, but gotta love it. And not really unlucky pin K for EJ. Um, it was just one of those things where it looked like his primal shock was a hair too round, and then on the right lane maybe subconsciously tries to make it do something, and then went through the face and left that split. And then the left lane just looked like it almost burned up a little bit. It was a little too flat in the pocket, and then moved a little bit, and then it just went a little too long. It wasn't quick enough to get around the corner. So just ball reaction. It's never unlucky. No matter what Randy says, it's not bad pin carry. It's ball reaction. Yeah, that bowling center has some lanes where they're very suspect. They hook quite a bit, and I guess they put that TV pair on one of those pairs. If I had to guess, they were somewhere on the low end. I recall bowling doubles last year. There was a pair where we hit a left lane. I go to Darren. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Ended up moving some 10, 15 left. Tal Nitzan. Appreciate the kind words. I honestly didn't know what to title this live stream. I actually just wanted to talk about bowlers on social media because I'll be honest, the last like week or so, I've just been getting a little. I've been trying to instigate a little bit on TikTok, right? Because I found that the worst bowlers are on TikTok, and so I've been posting these semi arrogant TikToks, and there are a lot of people out there that honestly think that they can beat me on a consistent basis, and that blows my mind. Because I didn't win a PBA title, and I chose to not bowl on the tour this year anymore. I'm still better than 99 point, a very high percentage of people in the world. And the amount of people that think they could just beat me, I find it's pretty wild. Very funny. Oh yeah, the TikTok boys have the biggest egos. There's some guys in there that I'm just like, I've never heard of you in my life. You talk a big game though. Yeah, I forgot. The funnier ones that are like ones that try to insult pros or whatever. Like one guy was like, "You can't beat pros, so you might as well challenge non-pros." I was like, definitely beat Pete Weber in match play before. So should the lefties look for new jobs? Maybe 3 or 4 have made TV shows this year. No, it's pretty standard. Am I saying that I'm in the top 1% of bowlers worldwide? Yeah, literally, the people who are competing on the PBA tour week in and week out, who have been, they are the top 1%, even if they haven't won. Most of them are the top 1%. And I mean, I've got my fair share of TV shows that I've made. So how do I decide whether to tuck my pinky or not? So I tucked my pinky for most of my life. I just started untucking my pinky because last year during Springfield, I hurt my finger. And I think it was partially due to my pinky being tucked. And I was trying to hit the urethane ball so hard. It really hurt right there. Um, Not something I really talked about, but that's partially why I did not bowl very well last year and it got my swing all out of whack. So now I don't tuck my pinky anymore. Yeah, AJ has one PBA title and it was overseas in Sweden. So, I mean, if you just count domestic PBA events, he hasn't won one. He's one of the best bowlers in the world. People are wild out there on TikTok. I love it. I like just feeding it and then just. Do you think it's fair that half the PTQ bowlers that made it out are lefty? If you watched me and Darren's power rankings, we kind of said the left was going to be pretty favorable, so that makes sense. Whether it's fair or not. Was the last Tang you Tang a pro VM? I'm still a pro. I have my PBA card still. It's not in my wallet, but I still have it. Is it better to bowl in an alley that charges per game or per hour? I guess it depends on the rate, right? Because if they have $15 an hour and you can bowl 4 games in an hour, but they're charging 3 games an hour or $3 a game, then you might as well pay per game, right? I should compete against TikTok bowlers. I should, but I ain't got time for that. That would be funny though. So I just went on a world beating tour. Just go and challenge TikTok bowlers and just absolutely humiliate them. That'd be funny. There was one guy that said, "I average 194. I'm pretty sure I can beat you." I replied, I said, "If I bowled left-handed, you might almost have a chance." Have I ever bowled in twin lanes? I have not. Why don't you guys tell me my string was fucked up? Jalen, you want to join the stream or what? Yeah, good example. UBA Battle Bowl, right? I bowled against the guy that won the singles portion or whatever. I mean, all respect to him. He won the tournament, but I'll be honest. If you saw the result, all the alleys focus on party aspect of bowling. Yeah, because it makes way more money. I think there is a bowling anime. There's somebody that made an anime for Belmo. You can find it somewhere. They either made it or they're in the process of making it. Yeah, he's on your team. I mean, he bowled pretty well, but when you just hop on the same pair as a, a tour pro, like we just changed the lanes different. I mean, I think there were like 2 games he gave me a run for my money. He beat me 1 game, and then there's another one I had to kind of try. But I mean, it's nothing against him. It's just I mean, it's outrageous that people think they just beat pros like that. They told me to start a UBA team. That'd be fun, but I wouldn't want to bowl. I would just want to like manage it. Drills to help with keeping from closing your swing shoulder. Focus on your left arm. If you're right-handed, focus on your balance arm. Maybe staying a little more in front of you on the way down. As you see, that keeps the right shoulder back. Because if you get that going back, it's gonna bring that swing shoulder forward. Try focusing on your left arm. Come to Pakistan. Don't have the time for that. You had a video recently on Arsenal Building talked about using harsh reality or similar ball in the fresh. Why not? Like a purple hammer versus ASIM solid. I did also say urethane. Um, Obviously, if you know anything about me, I can't say purple hammer, but I said urethane. So Simon was near the bottom in Delaware. Yeah, just one of those weird weeks. Yeah, Chris, that was his name. Yeah, good guy. Talked to him after. Had a good conversation with him. Yeah, well, Belmo, Shimo, EJ, they are the top 0.0000000000001%. They are the best bowlers who breathe earthly oxygen air. They are the best. They are the absolute best. UBA is overrated? I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty cool. So what is that between urethane and the ASIM solid? I'm thinking of adding ASIM solid. Yeah, it's just your preferable play style. A lot of lower rev players will probably pick the ASIM solids, just because they can't get the urethanes to hook. But if you're a higher rev player, you should probably have a urethane ball. Do I feel bad for Bill O'Neill for losing the way he did? I don't feel bad for him. I feel like he deserved to win, but um, when you know bowling, that's the nature of bowling. It's what happens. I'm sure there's been a time in his life where he has been the recipient of, the same kind of breaks. Bug did get a lot of favorable Brooklyn hits, but when it's your time, it's your time. Player that you're ranking so far, Bill for sure, number one. I gotta think. I gotta think. Troop is the hard one because he's won twice, but he's also missed the cut 4 times. At least EJ's got to be second because he's made 5 shows. Probably Kyle third, and then Simo fourth. And Boog might be fifth. Dream matchup to win a tournament? I don't know. But all I gotta say is I bowled, other than the Master Show, I bowled nothing but either Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers. So I've had a tough go at it on TV. So I bowled the Masters. I'll recap. I bowled Martin, Darren, and Alex. Disposed of them. Bowled Belmo. Lost. Darren and I made the double show. We ran that ladder. Lost to Belmo and Bill. And then I made the Lubbock show. Lost to Troop. And then I made the show in Sweden later that year. The one that AJ won, but I made the show a few years earlier. Lost to Chris. And then I made the Scorpion one year. I lost to Prather, Troop, and Doherty. I've had tough matches on TV. Sucked. So I don't have a dream match. I would just like to bowl somebody that's not a major champion or a Hall of Famer for once, just to EJ hasn't won based on that. Simon should have won last year. Honestly, I would have voted for Simon last year, but EJ just won so many times that you can't really. He wasn't not going to win. Kyle made match play this week. Oh, did he? Did he really? Well, I'd still put him third. How is bowling overseas different from bowling in the U.S.? Before I answer that, how did we have 410 people in here but only 33 likes? It went back down to 315. I don't know how that happens, but overseas, typically the formats are a little bit different. A lot of the overseas events have re-entry squads or re-entries. Like you kind of just bowl until you make it, and then if other people keep bowling, they can knock you out. So it's kind of a game, and it can get very expensive very fast. Oh, Troop made that. Okay, so he's made 3 cuts out of 6. He's won 2, but EJ's made every cut. 5 shows. The most number of the house bowlers that made a TV show for a given term. I think there's one time we had like 3 out of 5. It was back when Prather was bowling really good, I think. Ah! So what is the dividing factors between the top 1% versus the top? I suppose mental fortitude is the dividing factor between the 3 best and everyone else. They kind of just have it all. It's like the difference between Michael Jordan and everybody else that was in the league. The guys in the NBA still the top 1%, but Michael Jordan is the top 0.00001%. What am I eating? Leftover steak from Texas Roadhouse. Yeah, I mean, Bill's a guy that's gonna. He's composed. Um, but you gotta realize, like Brooklyn's and stuff, you can't control that. So there's no point in really getting mad over it. You kind of just gotta go up and do what you can do, and you know, if they fall, they fall. Brooklyn's or not, I mean, can't control it. I'm sure Boog is very pumped for no more PTQs. Yeah, Bill missing that 128 is very uncharacteristic. Yeah, Bill's ball reaction was it was a very I'm gonna hit the pocket a lot, but strikes aren't gonna happen every time I hit the pocket. So like a 10th frame when he was in a situation where he needed to double, strike wrap 10. Got a saw coming. DeGrosse, man, just go bowling and staring. I tell you who throws Brooklyn's against me a lot. I don't know if he's still in here. Jalen. Guy can't hit the pocket to save his fucking life. Only time he ever beats me is if he can roll twos or he can throw Brooklyn's. Best layouts for low tilt 550 with 20 miles an hour. I recommend backing off the ball speed a little bit before you start messing with layouts. All right, work on that ball speed. 20 miles an hour off the hands not good for much. When did we last bowl fair and square? As I recall, I beat you in Marion. Every single round, I beat you. I don't know how to choose a better. Like, kind of wherever it works logistically, I suppose, for the TV crew. No, Jalen's not a TikTok bowler. He doesn't post on social media. Jalen, I put you up against the TikTok bowlers. I'll send you out there to defend the honor of TV Bowling Supply. How about that, huh? Do a bunch of people who could just come here and try and beat Jalen. If they beat Jalen, they get to punch him in the face once. But if they lose, he gets to punch them in the face. Do I do coaching? I do coaching. Only on Saturdays at 3 o'clock here at Holiday Lane. Ugh. They'll let Jalen punch you in the face for free? Wow. Ohio is one of the states that calls soda pop. I, for one, does not. I do not call it pop. Jeremy, I've got a leftover steak from Texas Roadhouse. Jalen's averaged over 280 for 3 years now. 280 for 2 games. Jalen, I'll teach you the ways of finer dining one day. Sugar cherry soda. Is it cherry flavor? Or is it like a cinnamon soda? Never understood really what Dr. Pepper is. What is Dr. Pepper? Someone tell me. Spicy cherry? Okay. I can jive with that. Yeah, so if it's 23 flavors, what are the other 22 besides cherry? If I ever go to Waco, Texas, I don't want to go to Waco, Texas. What's kvass? Stop eating? I'm not going to stop eating until my food's gone. Why are there no bowlers on tour from Georgia? You're going to have to ask the bowlers from Georgia. I don't know. Why is my ball spinner unplugged? Fuck. Your forearm starts hurting after you bowl? Yeah, your fit probably sucks. The steak is not well done. It's more done than I'd like it to because I had to reheat it up, but it's definitely not well done. If it was well done, I wouldn't be eating it. Yeah, the attention star probably a little bit rounder than the Vibo. The Vibos are kind of quick. The Flash is from Georgia. Never knew that. In my time bowling as a pro on tour, we never bowled on wood lanes. Does being a full roller limit your drilling options? I think so, but I actually meant to ask Alex Hoskins some questions about that. I just never did. Maybe today I'll ask him. I'll be honest. The barn, I actually live pretty close to the barn. Overrated. Did I help Darren? I tried as much as I could. The difference of having negative versus positive pitch. What do you mean negative versus positive? Any general tips for correcting too much forward roll slash deflection? Rotate the ball more. Throw a weaker ball. Forward and reverse, like north south. I mean, it's all up to what your hand wants to do, right? No, this knife doesn't fit in this container. God damn it. Unlucky. Forward pitch typically will help you hold on to the ball a little bit longer because it's going to be more like this way. Reverse pitch is going to get you going a little more that way, away from your fingers, right? So your thumb will come out a little bit quicker. What's good for you and what's not, kind of up to you. South Africa. There is no optimal speed. It's just all about matching up your rev rate to your ball speed to get the ball to roll and read the lane in a optimal manner. There's something we learned at Team USA. It's called the release ratio. It took into account ball speed, rev rate, tilt, rotation, all that. And pretty much the lower your release ratio was, the earlier your ball would get into a roll. So as far as like a 1-to-1 release ratio, that's ideally what you want the ball to be doing at the pins. The ball would be traveling at the same speed at which it is rotating, right? So in the oil, it's going to be rotating faster than it is traveling. So release ratio, the lower you have it, the earlier your ball would hook, which I guess would be better. Something you guys might not have known. Release ratio. I'm sorry, it was the other way. Your speed is faster than the speed at which your ball is rotating. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know if a 14 pounder would actually slow down faster than a 16 pounder. Because when you think of a car braking, there's the brake force being applied. Maybe. I don't know. What you replace your dart code with? Either a Vibo or the DNA coil coming out. How is the release ratio calculated? It's some mathematic equation that I forgot what it is, but it literally takes into account ball speed, rev rate, tilt, rotation, all that stuff. How do you calculate your rev rate? You would need a very high speed camera, um, preferably one that can go to, I think they said, at least 120 frames per second. And then there was this chart that they gave us, Team USA, and however many clicks it took to make one rotation, they had it on the chart, and that would give you a very general guesstimate of what your rev rate is. Favorite Bay Area song? I don't know. Yeah, I guess 16-pound would struggle slowing down. All else being equal, though. That is all else being equal. Pro tip: your rev rate has no bearing on how well you bowled. True. Guys, I'm trying to think of a video to film this week. What kind of informative video would you guys like to see this week? I was thinking about revisiting the pin up versus pin down debacle. What do you guys think? I think a hair back there needs to go away. Targeting? That's very general. Ways to clear high friction fronts. Okay. I do like the high friction one. How to combat dry lane. So right now it's between combating high friction and pin up versus pin down. Short pin versus pin down, those are two entirely different things. A Mikey Tang low rev rate. The lowest I could ever get my rev rate down was back in probably 10 years ago when I was on Team USA. They said when I really backed off it, it was still like 350 or something, like 365. I think I can get lower now though. Saying lane play, it's very general. It's very situation based. See, that's why I like the combating dry fronts or whatever that was, because that's very not very specific, but it's a thing where I can show different techniques. You know what I'm saying? How to change speed effectively? Perhaps. Perhaps. What to throw on dry versus not what to throw on dry? Also, too general. Taping videos? Maybe. We'll throw that one on the back burner. Can I make the situations and go over in each separate video? That would take me approximately 2 days longer than forever to do. So, no. How to prepare the PBA lanes for yourself in match play? Um, yeah, referring back to what Randy was talking about yesterday. They don't like intentionally try and lose, but they're not playing the lanes in an optimal manner off the rip because they know they can make them insanely good for themselves. So that's kind of what he's talking about. He didn't really articulate it properly. He rarely ever does articulate anything properly, but no, short pin and pin down are not the same. Yeah, the thumb fit one's hard, especially to convey in a ball video because you can't particularly feel what I'm feeling. So I've tried to figure that one out, and I just haven't yet. Another ball speed one. Ball speed's a decent one, yeah. How to play the oil pattern of the week. If I could get the oil pattern out on a lane, that'd actually be really cool. But that's one of those things that there's so many different factors. Like the house that they're bowling in is much different than where I'd be bowling, things like that. A resurgence of Belmo in the second half. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's bowling as bad as people think or it looks like. Like he made the round of 16 this week. You know, bracket match play, anything can happen. Last week he came in 11th. I mean, he's not bowling awful. How do I feel about the book and Sudoku? G, you're not funny. Video with bowling lingo slash phrases. That'd be fun to do with the other guys. By myself, that wouldn't be as fun. Who do I enjoy analyzing on the TV show? Um, I would like to do one myself. I think that'd be fun. The only player to make all the cuts? EJ? EJ Belmo? EJ, I don't. It's not really mental issues on TV. I don't think. It's just the shit happens. Like last year, he was the beneficiary of a lot of them. He won five. This year, it's a one game match. Like you have to, everything moves so fast. You just show up, guns a blazing. You got to choose a ball and a line to play with, and you got to go with it. And if you choose right, you're going to win. If you choose wrong, you're not going to win. So, I don't. I think he's fine. Pin up, pin down might be the one because I do have another optimum idol I can drill pin down, and I just like throwing that ball. Slow starts are killing Darren. Yep. Just got to figure it out a little bit earlier. Hmm. Drill two balls, one handed, one two handed. Do I drill this optimum idol two handed? That's a neat idea. I need to practice two handed. I haven't practiced in a while. How do you explain Greek church and other horrible spares on the last half of the game? Yeah, nerves, transition. It's a multitude of things. Like, guys, what you got to understand is no matter how high the scores are out there, they're not incredibly easy. Like, even, what was it, Anderson, when they're like ridiculously high scoring, most normal people still wouldn't even average 200 on that. So, um, like, the guys are really just that good. And I think you got to give them that respect. Open Championship Arsenal. That's a novel idea. Although, as someone who doesn't historically bowl very well at Open Championships, I might not be the best guy to do that. But perhaps we'll give it a go. Did I lose a lot of speed going two handed? Um, in the beginning, I did, but I learned the timing and stuff like that. And I throw it. I don't throw it as fast as I do one handed, or I can, but I throw it adequately fast. The difference in pace of play on TV versus qualifying. I mean, it's just instead of one pair courtesy, it's really just two guys on a lane. So. I did have the idea of short pin versus urethane. It's been in the back burner for a while. I just need to actually drill a short pin ball. Why did they not throw urethane or short, or why did they not throw urethane? Because the pattern was actually very easy. And urethane, especially that house, probably would just hook too early. Nobody's bitching about bugs, lucky strikes. I mean, we're all at an understanding that it happens. Annotation. When would you use short pin instead of urethane? Personally, I would never. Um, but yeah, that's a video I might cover. Like I said, I just got to drill a short pin ball. But guys, it's almost that time for me to open up the old shop ski. So thank you guys for joining me. I think we hit a peak concurrent viewership. Not sure if that's real or not, or if that's just a bug, but we got up to like 470 at one point. Yeah, thank you guys for your suggestions. As always, next Monday, as always, you'll see me. What I'm gonna have for lunch that day, who knows? But hope you guys all have a beautiful week. Have a happy Monday, and we'll see you next time.